Good morning, everyone from Rome, Italy. I'm Emily, and I'm going to be taking you through a day in my life teaching here in Rome. So, a little bit about me. I am originally from Richmond, Virginia, and before I got TEFL certified, I taught first grade there at a school in my hometown. And then in 2020, I got TEFL certified and I moved to Rome in September of 2020. So I've been here for a little bit over 2 years now. I'm also an ITA alumni advisor. And so as you might have seen in the caption, I do have a lot of jobs here. And I just wanted to say that it's not at all required to work so many jobs or work so often as I do. But I do really enjoy teaching, and I like to have the flexibility in my schedule. So I'm actually ready now, and I'm about to go to work for my first job. But before I do, I wanted to take you guys around a little tour of my apartment. So let's do that. All right, so this is my room and my desk where I teach a lot of my online lessons. I've had those little stickers for a long time, and I just keep reusing them whenever I move. And then this is my room. I live in San Giovanni, which is an area that's pretty central. It's right on the Metro A line, so it's easy to get around other places in Rome, and my commute's not that bad. Okay, so now I'm walking to my first school of the day. It is a preschool, and the kids are like 1.5, 2 years old. And mostly we just play games, sing songs, make crafts. It's very cute. Unfortunately, we don't use phones in this school, and so I'll try to get a picture of like the outside and of my classroom. But as far as answering questions and stuff, I'll have to pick that up later on in the day. But I'm gonna do the question bar and also my personal Instagram if you want to DM me with any questions that you have. So, oh wow. I'll see you in a few hours. So I've finished my preschool job, and now I'm down here in the center because my other school is located in the center. So to answer this question, yes, you could still make a fine, decent living with just one job. I just have a lot because, kind of like I explained before, and when you move abroad, you can choose to live your life however you want. You can choose your hours, you can choose the way you spend your free time, and so for me, I've always enjoyed doing lots of things throughout the day and not just staying at one job. That was part of the problem when I lived in the US. I was just a little bit bored. So for this one, it depends on what you mean by hard. It is government and bureaucracy, and you're dealing with a lot of that kind of red tape stuff. So I'll say that it's a lot of requirements, and it can get pretty expensive. I had like a substantial amount of savings before I started my process, and that's what I chose to spend all, I guess, all, we'll say, of my savings on. And so it's hard because you have to be really organized, you have to deal with like all the government and like official stuff, and it's pretty scary. But for me, it wasn't hard. It wasn't like physically hard. I was just so determined, and I had this dream, and I just went for it. It was all I wanted. So my day is basically finished now. I just got back from meeting with a friend for some drinks, and I just wanted to say goodnight. Thank everybody for your attention and for your questions. They were amazing. If you have more, I'll put my Instagram again. Please feel free to contact me. I'm also the moderator of the Italy Facebook page, and so I'm on there all the time answering questions. We can set up a Zoom call if you want to know more, if you want me to expand on something, anything that I talked about today. There's so much to cover, and I wanted to say as much as possible, but not, bore people. So I'll just kind of leave it with some parting wisdom that I got when I made my... So the wisdom is from my dad, and it was when I first told my parents that I wanted to move. I said that it was a dream that I've had for a really long time, and I finally felt ready to make it a reality. And my dad looked at me and he said, "Emily, if there's something calling you to Italy, I think you have to go and find out what it is." And from that moment, I was like, I'm going, nothing is going to stop me. And so if you have that thought in your head and you're thinking, what about this, what about that, what about that, leave it all. It was the best decision I've ever made to move here. And I just want to let everybody know that your dreams are worth it. So, ciao.